Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you all are fine and in good health. Welcome to online sport program round 2. This is Mehak Batul, your chemistry teacher from APS Thamyal. In the lecture for this week, we are going to cover our book page number 45 to 47 of chapter number 3, Periodic Table and Periodicity of Properties. And the topics we are going to discuss is periodic table. In this lecture, we are going to understand the concept of identifying the group and period of an element, classifying the elements into groups and periods, S and P block element in periodic table. Before moving on towards this topic, I am going to first discuss the Society, Technology and Science box given at your book page number 45. In this box, the contributions of various chemists were explained in making of a modern periodic table. So here's the contribution for John Newland. In 1864, John Newland, an English chemist, arranged 24 elements in order of increasing atomic masses. He noticed that every 8 elements starting from any point has a similar properties. But his scheme failed, because many elements were found out of a place in his arrangement. Few of his arrangements are shown below here. For instance, titanium does not resemble silicon and carbon, manganese does not resemble phosphorus and nitrogen, iron does not resemble sulfur and oxygen. However, his arrangements of elements in order of increasing atomic masses formed basis for later classification of elements. Next is the contribution of Mendeleev. Mendeleev periodic table. In 1869, Mendeleev, a Russian chemist, developed a classification scheme of elements. He recognized that if elements were placed in order of increasing atomic masses, then the properties of elements repeated at the regular intervals. He arranged 65 elements in periods and groups. Development of the periodic table nicely explains how scientists can build on one another's works. Our next topic, which we are going to discuss, is how you can identify the group and period of any element of periodic table with the help of its electronic configuration. Or you can say that how you can identify the position of any element in periodic table with the help of electronic configuration. So first of all, we are going to discuss its problem solving strategy. We are going to identify the group and period number of boron in periodic table with the help of electronic configuration. So first of all, we need to write the electronic configuration and identify the valence shell. So boron has atomic number 5, and here is the electronic configuration for boron: 1s2, 2s2 and 2p1. And you need to identify the valence shell. So K shell is the first shell, so 1s2 is the first shell, that is K shell. Second shell is L shell, which includes 2s2 and 2p1 in the case of boron, and L is the valence shell in the case of boron. So our next step is that the nth value of valence shell indicates the period number. So as we know that the valence shell in the boron is L, which includes 2s2 and 2p1. So the nth value for L for the boron is 2. So the period number of boron is 2. Or we can say that boron is present in second period of periodic table. Our third and last step is that the total number of electrons in the valence shell represents the group number. Now look at the valence shell, that is L shell, 2s2, 2p1. The number of electrons in the L shell is 2 plus 1, which equals to 3. Since the total number of electrons in the valence shell are 2 plus 1 equals to 3, so boron must be present in third group. So we conclude from this discussion that the period number is represented by the nth value of valence shell, and the number of electrons in the valence shell represents the group number. So we have concluded that the boron is present in the second period and third group of periodic table. So now let's confirm it by taking a view at periodic table. Boron has a symbol B. Now remember that the vertical columns of periodic table are called groups, while the horizontal rows are called periods. Boron is present here. Now let's look at its group first. One group, second 2A group, and third A group. So boron is present in group 3A, while period number in 1, 2. So boron is present in period number 2 and group 3A of the periodic table, which is as similar as we have concluded before. Our next element for which we are going to identify the group and period number, or we are going to identify the position of magnesium with the help of electronic configuration. First of all, again you need to write the electronic configuration for magnesium. Magnesium has the atomic number 12, so its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s2 respectively. First shell is K shell, second shell is L shell, that includes 2s2 and 2p6, and third shell is 3s2 in the case of magnesium. So, and the third shell is the last or valence shell for magnesium, which includes 3s2. As we know that the nth value of valence shell indicates the period number. So the nth value in the case of magnesium is 3. So magnesium belongs to third period of periodic table. Now what is the group number of magnesium? As we know that the valence electrons represents the group number. So the valence electrons present in the magnesium are 2. So since the total number of electrons in the valence shell are 2, it must be present in group 2A. So we have concluded that the magnesium is present in third period and group 2A of periodic table. So now let's go confirm it with the help of periodic table. Magnesium has a symbol Mg. Here is magnesium. You can see that it is the group 2A and period number is 3, which is as clear as we have concluded. Next, we are going to classify elements into groups and period. With the help of electronic configuration, we can classify elements into groups and periods. Now, what is the problem solving strategy for that? You need to remember that the elements whose atom have similar valence shell electronic configuration belongs to same group. And as we have already discussed that the nth value of valence shell indicates the period number. And you need to keep in mind that the elements whose atom have same value of n for the valence shell, they must lie in the same period. For example, here are the two examples of elements A and B. You are given the electronic configuration of element A and B, and you are asked to place them in respective groups and period. Then what can you do? First of all, you need to identify the valence shell in the case of A and B. So in A, the valence shell is 2s2 or L shell, while in the case of B, the third shell is the valence shell, that is 3s2. Now we know that the nth value of a valence shell indicates the period number. So for A, the period number is 2, while for B, period number is 3 as the valence shell is 3. So we place 2 in front of A and 3 in front of B. This shows that A is present in second period while B is present in third period. Now let's move to the group number. Valence shell, the number of electrons in the valence shell represents the group number. So the valence shell is 2s2 in the case of A and 2 electrons are present in the element A. So its group number is 2. While the valence shell of B also contains 2 electrons, 3s2. It means they both A and B are present in same group. So here is the group 2A. We place them group A and B. They are in same group but in different period. So this is how you can classify elements into group and period with the help of periodic table. You firstly need to identify the valence shell, and then you need to identify the nth value which represents period number, and then you need to count the total number of electrons in the valence shell, which shows you the group number. Our next topic is the classification of periodic table or S and P block elements in periodic table. On the basis of valence subshell, elements in the periodic table can also be classified into 4 blocks. Elements of group 1A and 2A contain their valence electrons in S subshell. Here is the group 1A and 2A. They contain their valence electron in S subshell, so this block of element is called S block, represented by the blue arrow here. Similarly, the block which is represented by the green arrow here, this part of the periodic table from group 3A to 8A. This is called the P block. The elements in this block are called P block elements. Why they are called P block elements? Because their valence electron lie in P subshell. Similarly, this block of element is called D block elements. Why they are called D block elements? Because their valence electrons lie in D subshell. While the last two series present at the end of periodic table, which we call lanthanides and actinides, are called F block elements. Why we called it F block elements? Again, the reason is same, that they contain their valence electron in F subshell. That's all for your lecture for this week. Students, you need to write self-assessment 3.2 and 3.3 on your loose sheets with the help of the document files given to you. You need to review example 3.1 and 3.2 from book page number 45 and 46, and you need to learn complete lecture. If you have any query, you can ask me right away. Thank you very much.